got less than a minute. Hey, happy Thursday. Less than a minute. Few seconds, we'll be getting started with SugarPearl Studio Kitchen Live. Hey, you. Hey, Krishan. Tonight, y'all, it's 7 o'clock. It's time to start. We're checking for our Florida Framily tonight. Okay, so everyone down there who watches, if you're a friend of a show, and you've got friends or family down there in Florida, again, they're assessing the damage today as the storm kind of moves up the coast. South Carolina, I think schools are closed for tomorrow. I don't know about North Carolina, maybe. But yeah, the chill in the air. I thought we were going to get by without getting hit this summer. And here we go toward the end. So I'm wearing my robe. Keep in mind, we're checking for Florida Framily tonight. I'm wearing the robe. The robe is significant. I am fully clothed under here. Okay, clean, showered, dressed, all of that. But you know, are you at that point where I know you probably are too. You probably are too, because we're grown and we're paying our own bills now. We didn't care when mom and dad and them were paying it. But I'm resisting the urge to turn on my heat. My bones are cold. So I put on my robe. Most people don't like this robe. It's just plain, kind of ugly. It's actually a boy's robe, man's robe. But it's so comfortable. It's my Nipsey Hussle robe. Yeah. He was rebranding Puma. And yeah, I ain't turning the heat on yet. I don't care what you do out there. Do it. I'm going to put on a blanket if I get colder. I'm gonna put on some footy socks if I get colder. But what I'm not gonna do is turn on that heat. It is exactly 71 degrees in here. It feels so good. This is the temperature that I can sleep easy in. It's not too hot. Okay, that's hot. It's not too hot. I sleep better when it's a little chill in the air. So, and I ain't turning on damn heat yet. No. Shoot, I forgot to say do not disturb. Hold on. Should I do it now? I shouldn't do it now. Forget it. Hey, welcome to the show. Checking for Florida Framily tonight. Where y'all at? Y'all safe? Are you safe? I know South Carolina, the folks out on the coast are starting to come inland right now. Stay inland. We don't know what's going to happen. So I know grocery stores were starting to pick up even my little ingredients the broccoli I already had. But I had to get some more cream and stuff. And the lady behind me, she said, "What you making?" I said, "Broccoli cheddar soup." She said, "Whoa, goodness, I wish I could get some of that." So, it kind of reminded me of home, like striking up conversations with complete strangers in the grocery store while you're trying to check out. Hey. I've been in a space. I said that in a previous post. If you were somebody who read the post all the way through this week when I posted about my mental wellness and just the space I was in, I don't have any shame about, where I am in my process. But thank y'all who read it and did not reply, who read it all the way through and didn't reply. My condolences, because nobody died. Nobody died. Calm down. Okay, that's why you gotta read. If you ain't gonna read, just don't. Anyway, but for the most part, for the most part, um, folks checked in like I'm good. I'm good. I'm using the tools. Some days are hard. Some days are harder than others. Um, but I think I mentioned last week briefly that I found myself having to remind myself many more times to just get in a grateful space. When things go on, especially things that are not so cute. Um, and I still believe that our attitude it has a great deal to do with what happens, how we respond to it and all of that. And not all of my responses were great. Not all of my responses were great. No, I no. I've been better. I've been better. I patted myself on the back for using my tools, for at least taking the time when I wasn't so cute to go back and assess and pay attention to what I say, what I do in whatever moment. And that's been important, to not just allow myself to skip over stuff, but like question answer with myself, which is so that's where I am. It's a good practice, I think, for anyone on a mental wellness journey. Hey, Miss Retta. Love y'all. Florida Framily, check in tonight if you're watching. Probably not. You're probably busy getting stuff ready for the insurance company later. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of moving parts, and so many people are being affected. But if you are connected to folks in Florida, check on somebody just to see where they are. Because usually one of the somebodies knows where the rest of them are, and they can kind of guide you. So if you know you got family down there, and one person down there is kind of like the touch point for a lot of folks, check in with that person just to make sure they're good. Because sometimes they'll get overwhelmed with like the phone calls. Y'all all right? Just give them time. Give them time to get back. Okay, it's gonna take a lot. All right, easy recipe tonight. But it does kind of take a little time. So no, decline. I knew I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. I should have done that, right? Hold on, I'm gonna do it now. Do not disturb. Hey, I don't know if it went away or not, but anyway, it's a live show, baby. Live-ish happens. Thanks for watching. Okay, so in my pot, broccoli cheddar soup tonight, we're getting started with the recipe. And now, before I get started with any recipe, somebody hit me up and say, hey, you didn't say hey to your mom and dad last week. I didn't. I went back and I was like, I don't believe that. Let me make sure. So I went back and watched, and I didn't. Mom and dad, they always watching. They always checking in. So, hey, mom and dad. Now the show can begin. So here I got a new neighbor upstairs, child. Sweat out some garlic and onion. This is not sweet onion, it's just yellow onion, but don't let it get brown. Just sweat it out. I've got it in a little bit of the Grand. And some butter. All right, so butter, the Grand. To this, let's add our broccoli. Okay, so the broccoli, it was in a regular old grocery 2-pack. Cut it up kind of bite size. I don't want it too small, okay, but you want it bite size. All right, I even got some stalk in there to cook down. When it gets soft, I'd like to munch on that sometimes. All right, so we're gonna add some of this broccoli. You can get broccolini if it ain't too expensive. Sure. Broccolini is high. It's prettier though. Okay. But to me, broccolini for this would be just a little bit bitter. Okay. So let's get some broccoli in there. This is just regular old grocery store broccoli. Get it turned up. Sweat it out just a little bit. I really just want to coat it with the butter and the onions. So let's get a spoon. Excuse me. Let's get a spoon. I'm going to crank this up a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going to mix. Get back in there, sucker. I'm going to mix my goodies coming out. My garlic and my, if you're not putting real garlic, get some fresh clove garlic in your diet and some real onion. Get it in there now while it's starting to get cold, because you need, yes, I don't say that often, but I'm saying it now. You need to be able to fight off some stuff this year. Okay? Hey. I know, me too. Hey, EJ Glover. Me too. I love garlic. Okay? Use lots of it. Lots of it. Garlic. Sprinkle it on your salads. Okay? Any kind of onion. Any kind of garlic. But get it into your diet. Raw, cooked. Don't cook it too much if you do. See, now we got that nice little sizzle. And it's starting to turn. I just wanted to get bright green. Like so. We're making this recipe up on the fly, by the way. Did I mention that? I mean, how hard can it be? How hard can it be? I'm starting to warm up now. All right. So now that we've got a nice bright green on there, I blend my own spices a lot of the time. And this is like, it's got a little bit of chicken powder in it, but it's so good. And some other stuff. All right, soy. Because you got to season every part of your dish, honey, or else nobody gonna want it. All right. Listen to it. Listen. Yes. It's singing. Yeah, it's singing. Let's take a little bit of sherry. Okay, just regular cooking sherry. We're going to do... Why did I want to add it at this point? Because I want the sherry to basically, even though we're going to let the alcohol kind of cook off, turn it up, keep it up. Even though we're cooking the alcohol off, we're still letting that sherry just kind of perfume the soup. You know, I love that when it just kind of lingers in the background. I love that. God, it smells so good. We haven't done anything yet. This is just onion, garlic, a few little spices, some broccoli. Okay, now to this. Okay, once the alcohol is kind of burned off, go ahead and turn it up. This is veggie stock. You can use chicken stock. You can use whatever you want. Okay, this is veggie stock. And it's, when I got it, I didn't pay attention. It said low fat. And I said, you lie. So that's why I added butter. Yeah, baby. We don't want no bland soup. Okay. Ooh, did you feel the hush come over the crowd just now? It's like they're waiting for them to do the next thing. Bring that up to a low simmer. God, this is quick and easy. I made last week I made some dressing, some Caesar dressing, real Caesar dressing, right? you know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? I'm blanching this broccoli. I didn't know I was doing that, but I don't want to overcook it. You know, you ever have broccoli soup and the broccoli is mushy? Let's take it out now. Let's just take it out. Just don't do nothing with it. I know this. I should have put it on something flat. Okay. Because we're gonna cook this down a little bit. Okay, we're gonna let it reduce just a little bit. Take that all the way up and let it cook down. Oh God, it smells so good. When it cooks down, we'll add a little bit more salt. With this particular what did I say? Veggie stock. It didn't have, I think it was like low salt or so. Like I said, I didn't pay attention. Child, why not? Anyway, getting garlic and onion in your diet, it fights off flu and cold and infections. Garlic is a natural, like it gets rid of mold and stuff like that in your system, mucus and all of that. Yeah. That's why Grandma, when she used to give us that spoonful of nasty stuff and we didn't want it, yeah, it was nasty for a reason. I know. Soon you'll learn to love it. But get that garlic and onion in your diet. And my sea moss. Are you still taking yours? It ain't just for getting summertime fine. Okay? I know. We can do that too. But get you some sea moss. You don't have to get it from me. But taking sea moss and introducing little things like this in your diet will really help you over the winter. Right now, we got to start paying attention to our body for the winter. It's going to have to fight. So make sure it's ready. Sometimes I'll just stop and do some jumping jacks. I'm just a big child. Anyway, if you're watching this show, share the show right now. Everything you need to know is right there, or there. Thank you so much for watching. Hey. So we started doing the show on Thursday night instead of Friday so that I can have more time to explore opportunities that were happening a lot on Fridays and Saturdays and stuff. So that's why we're here on a Thursday night where we'll be for a little while. Okay, now I can tell right now I didn't add a lot of salt. There's not a lot of salt in this, even though there is salt and chicken powder and other spices. But just season it up. We're going to let that cook down. And in a little bit, I need to mention this recipe does include heavy cream. All right, I'm going to let you get a pot view as well. Pot. Okay. Oops. There you go. Watch that for me while I get the cream. Here we go. We got the heavy cream. All right. The pot is a bubbling. We want it to do just that. So I'm not making a whole lot of soup. This is just for me. But I want enough to have some tonight. And, a little something for tomorrow too. Okay. So while that's rolling, let's go ahead and, like I was saying about my salad last night. I was making a salad last night. I had some frozen corn that I fried. I love fried corn on my salads. So I'm going to just drop it in there because I'm probably not going to have another one today. So there it is. And I love corn. Okay, so to this, while the pot is a-rolling, let's go ahead and add our heavy cream. Okay. Now for me, okay, it's only a suggestion. If you have a recipe that you use that you like better, then do that. But for me, I like to have a little more cream in mine. I want it creamy. I want it like a chowder, nice and creamy. So it's going to cool down naturally because the cream is cold. I probably should have had it sitting out. But go ahead and we're going to kind of let that start rolling. After it starts rolling for a little bit, we'll take it down. We're not going to add any, am I? Hang on. Where's my cornstarch? Oh, shoot. If you don't have cornstarch, like it looks like I might not, then you can use. I know, I bet I left it at Mama's house. Mama, I left my cornstarch at your house. Yeah. My daddy lived it too. Let's get. Let's see what it do. Let's see what it do. Because I might not want to add any flour. Y'all look at this broccoli. Barely cooked. Okay. Nice and bright and green. That's the kind of broccoli I want in my broccoli cheddar soup. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Give that a stir. All right. I've got it cranked up. What I'm going to do right now is work on my cheese. Okay. Now, the way to make a really good broccoli cheddar soup is to not use that shredded bag mess. Did I say that? I did. Don't do that. You went through all this trouble to chop them vegetables, to add that sherry wine, and you're going to add some bag shredded cheese. I don't think so. Don't you do it. So what I've got is a medium sharp, and I got a little bit of Kobe Jack, because sometimes I just like having Kobe Jack around the house because, what? I'm a kid. And I like to chunk it sometimes and just munch on it with some grapes and a cracker or two. All right. See what's happening? Sir? See? Look, we may not. I try not to. Hey, Antoinette. Oh, she's. Oh, I thought you were my cousin Antoinette down in Florida. Antoinette, look, I'm glad to see you too, girl. Hey. As soon as I saw A, I was like, oh, Lord, how are they? But hey, sugar. Hey, y'all. Oh, God, this smells so delightful. And we ain't even add the cheese. Okay, let it roll for a minute. Get a facial. Okay, this is just for me. I'm not giving it to nobody. So don't worry about my face being in something I'm about to eat all of. I haven't been my best self the past week or two. I've yeah. But I didn't have to hold it in. I got a chance to get it out and share it and talk about it. And like I say, maybe get it out in some ways that weren't so cool. I haven't just been a raging maniac, by the way. Okay, but I am taking responsibility for my actions. But yeah, it's been rough. That's why I ain't even dressed up tonight. I said, you know what? I'm gonna wear the robe the whole damn night. I ain't even. Ooh, that's looking good, man. Okay. We're not worrying about it reducing right now. The broccoli is going in dead last. Okay, you ain't got to worry about that right now. Now, there's another little secret that I'm going to add toward the end that you'll see. All right, share the show, make somebody happy or not. I sure can't get right here, child. If they ain't happy already, then what could I do? All right, let me get some cheese ready while that's rolling. Okay, and just go. So, getting back to my mental wellness. Like that transition. Harsh, huh? Hey, boo. Cool, see? 1976. Hey. Getting back to my mental wellness. So, like I said, I haven't just been like going off or like having bad days, but I have been in a space, I'll admit, where I have not been filled with as much gratitude. Um, somewhere, okay, I allowed, like, I don't know, pride, um, all sorts of stuff get in the way that shouldn't. Not that shouldn't, because it's natural. I shouldn't say shouldn't. It does. It happens to all of us, right? Right. But like I say, to be able to talk about it and to have a safety net of support, like I sound like I work for the school still. Safety net of support. Oh God. Get this language out of my head, please. Please, before I scrape my brain on this grater. Disillusioned with all sorts of stuff. That's it. Disillusioned. Disillusioned with lots of stuff that I have absolutely no control over. And, you know, you live with that, right? We all do. We all do. But as I said, my support system, my family, my friends whom I consider family, who just would like to see me win. um, who truly want the best for me. Those people um, always keep showing up in my life. You know, even when I'm not as grateful as I should be, they're there. So that's when I know. Okay, and this is not to anybody else, but that's when I know for me that I've got more self work to do. I want my gratitude just to be non-stop. And I understand that maybe it doesn't always work like that. This is getting a little bit thicker. I can hear it. So I've turned it down now because we're about to add the cheese and then we'll let it cook a little bit more. And then as it cooks, we'll taste for salt and then we'll add our broccoli back. Okay? We'll add our cheese before we do all of that. No, go ahead. Oh, God. It looks so good. Okay? Let that bubble up a little bit more. But yeah, I reached out to one of my friends down in Florida just to see how their family was. And even that act, made me pause and think, somebody's having to jump through hoops right now that you don't have to. This is what I told myself. Because I was sick of being in this state of, okay, and I admit this time of year, especially for me, having major depressive disorder or any kind of depression, child. But this is a rough time of year. Okay, less vitamin D from the sun we're getting, and it just requires a little more. I saw a quote. It said, I think I said it last week, but it's resonated with me all week. And it said, don't decrease the goal, increase the effort. So some things require a mind shift. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. Shift your state of mind. So the work is constant. Mm-hmm. The work is constant. So that's where I am tonight. Just ain't nothing wrong. Just a little melancholy. Just thinking. Just trying not to get too overwhelmed about what I need to be doing or what I think I should be doing, go ahead and add mounds of cheese. Mounds of it, I say, to your cream. More. If you think that's enough, think more. More. And, oops. I got a head that swivels now, so it's kind of neat, but it's kind of annoying. All right, and when you get it in there, start stirring, because you don't want it to clump, okay? That's another reason why you use real cheese and not the grated bag stuff. Real cheese is not going to be, see, you'll get a nice creamy sauce. The consistency is velvety compared to gritty that you're going to get in a bag, okay? That's why it's important to grate your own, okay? Let's grate a little more. Let's grate a little more. This is my medium cheddar. And so ever since I was a little girl, I sound like, what's her name? Estelle Getty. Picture it. Sicily, 1973. But when I was little, and Mom was making mac and cheese, she always count on Dad to steal a piece. So we just got accustomed to saving him some cheese because he was coming to steal him a piece anyway. All right, I want to save some of that cheddar jack for the top. All right, turn that up. Yeah. And let it cream, okay? Now, as that goes, I'm going to crank it up just a little bit more. I want to taste for salt and things, okay? Hey, Florida Fram, check in. Y'all good? Are y'all good? If you not good, I know people think y'all just the OGs are handling this, but people are jumping through hoops right now, and it's important to keep that in mind. I'm getting that color that I want. It's better than Panera Bread. Panera who? Now, typically I would let this cook down some more, maybe another 20, 25 minutes or so. Cover it. Just give it a low simmer, but I don't have time for that. The storm is coming. If it ain't coming, it's going around and it's splashing water everywhere. And wind. Okay, and some trees might bend and break because of it. So we about to get off these internets. Okay, all right, take it up a little bit. I'm only stirring just to make sure that the cheese that is falling to the bottom that hasn't melted yet sticks to the bottom. I don't want it to stick at all. So I'm going to be stirring to keep it moving along so that it melts nice and evenly. Cheddar takes a little bit more to melt. You know, we ain't adding Velveeta. We're not adding this. Is real grown up because you're using a little bit of sherry. Okay, but this is grown up broccoli cheddar. Okay, get used to it. You can do this. Let's go. All right, I got my bowl because I'm going to add now my broccoli. I'm going to add some more broccoli tomorrow or tonight. But for now, let's go ahead and stir this in. It's done. Okay. Got a little bit of, yeah, it's done. I could typically cover it, turn it all the way down, let that cook. Don't let it cook too long because you don't want your broccoli to, okay. All right. Maybe cover it for another 5-6 minutes. Okay. But we're going to eat now. Okay. So to this, as it cooks down, when I decide to cover it, just before I cover it, I don't have time for that. I take a little piece of nutmeg. Ooh, yeah, baby. That's it. That's your nutmeg. Real nutmeg. I use these in my potato pies and anything else I want nutmeg in. Jerk stuff. All right. But my little grater is packed up. That's okay. So I've got a teeny little grater on here, and all we're going to do is grate just a little bit of nutmeg, just like so. Okay. Where can you get it? So any Whole Foods, I'm sure, but you know where I get it? Real talk. You never be fancy. That's perfect. I get it from the Hispanic store or section in your grocery store. Get it from the Hispanic section. It comes like 3 or 4 nuts, sometimes 5 or 6 in a little bag, and it's a little round nut that you grate for the real nutmeg. It really looks like art, though. I know, just because I'm weird. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's your nutmeg. Let's put that to the side. This is what your broccoli cheddar soup looks like. I can give you more of a pop here. There you go. That way I don't burn myself on live TV. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Let's give this a little stir. Get all of that nutmeg in there. It's not a lot of nutmeg. It's just a little perfuming. Okay? You'd be surprised. Like I said, this is grown up. It's grown up broccoli and cheese. All right. So get yourself a nice bowl. I am watching some horror movies tonight because it's cold and it's about to rain. And I'm just feeling like watching some stuff about ex-murderers. So I'm doing that. Okay. I've got a little Italian bread over there. This is going, I would normally like a little bit thicker, but I'm not waiting. Okay. So this is my broccoli cheddar soup. And to this, I am, because it is not done unless I have garnished with a little bit of Colby Jack. I just love Colby Jack. And I'll take pictures tomorrow, but this is what you got. Ooh, okay, let me, got a little glare. There you go, Facebook. Hey, beautiful. And this is grown up broccoli cheddar soup. Let's get a spoon. Oh, God. Yeah, pictures tomorrow. That's enough soup for me through maybe tomorrow night. But this is it. Broccoli cheddar soup, real cheap. Real cheap. Good to eat on a nice kind of chilly day. If you're somebody who's used to, I'm sorry to keep adjusting you like that. You're used to the cold, used to the north. I'm a southern girl. I need sunshine and warmth and heat. And I think that's why I was just in that depressive state coming up to this time. It's a real thing. It is a real thing. Climate affects everything. Your mood, your sex drive, everything. And depression affects more than that. So if you're living with it, then hopefully you're getting the tools you need to live with. It's a lousy roommate. Ooh, I say that all the time. But depression is a lousy roommate. You want to kick it out. You got this stuff packed and ready by the door. Ready to go. And depression says, not until I'm ready. And you gotta sit there. It's like having, what they call them people that be on the internet, what you call it, squatters? It's like a squatter. That's what depression is. Ooh. Like a squatter. And for a time, it appears to have the right to stick around. Okay. Sometimes you live with it, and sometimes it's like, I don't want to, but it does have a time where it just goes down the block for a little while. For a little while. And then it comes back, and sometimes it's nice and quiet sitting over there in the corner or in their bedroom by themselves. Quiet. You don't know what's going on because it's too quiet. But depression is there. That's the best. Someone should have explained that to me that way years ago. Maybe I wouldn't have grown up with such a stigma about it. Now that I'm someone who lives with it. But growing up, I definitely had a stigma about it. And, if someone said, you know what, depression is just like a bad roommate. They won't move out when you want them to. They kind of always linger, and even if they just hang around, sometimes they don't do nothing. Sometimes they don't do nothing. Sometimes you hardly know they're there. Until your favorite shirt is missing. Who got it? My roommate. Someone should have said it to me like that. I'm just giving it time to cool off, boo. Cheese stuck to the spoon. This is so freaking good. My broccoli is not soggy. The broth is not salty. It's so good. Nice, tender, sweet corn in there. Mm. Mm. Oh! On a night like tonight, that's good. I think the Amityville Horror 1976, 9 is up next. I'm gonna watch it and cringe and drink the soup. Taste the soup. Taste the soup. Oh, that pop of sweet corn, though. I should have had more. Mmm. The broccoli, though. Tell me about the broccoli not being soggy and ugly and brown floating all in your soup. Ugh. Ugh. Ain't that some ugly soup? Not that. That nutmeg is very faint. And when it's fresh like this, you don't have to worry about like overdoing it. It's not a lot. It is not quite as pungent as what you get out of the store that's been sitting on the shelf. Okay, the real one, the natural one, is a little bit milder actually and sweeter, and it goes perfectly with the creaminess of the soup. Oh my god. You know what would have been good in here too? Some Havarti. Mmm. Mmm. Okay. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but I hear sirens and somebody's in trouble. And I don't know if that's a weather thing or just a trouble thing. But either way, I ain't gonna keep you long. I just wanted to come, say hey, make some soup, eat it in front of you, make you drool, and make you share the show. Um, taking the time. That's what I'm doing. Taking the time to take the time. But sometimes that waiting be the hard part. Mm-hmm. I have to learn how to wait better. I feel like I've been waiting a long time, but how you're waiting is just as important as the time spent waiting. So learn from me. Mm. I can't. I cannot continue to taunt you this way. It's so good. Okay, I gotta go. Until next time, um, keep watching the show. Keep sharing. We got more coming your way. More pop-ups on the way. Some things kind of got in front of me for October, so I'm kind of revamping that timeline for the pop-ups. Very much a surprise, but very much a great surprise that came, and just I've just got to shift some things. Okay, that's all. That's all. Just a reprioritization. But keep on the listen out. Even when I'm silent, doesn't mean that something wrong. Sometimes it just means damn it, I'm just quiet. I might be in my own head too much, but thank God for Framily that don't let me stay there too long either. Hmm. It's nice to have those checks. It really is. People to kind of pull you out of the darkness. Hmm. I know. Thank God for them, and thank them. Okay, thank them. Keep the wheels moving. Woo! All right. I said that because it's easy to say, "Oh, nobody does this for me," or whatever, whatever. But when you think about the people who do consistently show up in your life, then, um, boy, what a mistake you're making by making that kind of generalization. Don't nobody. You'd be amazed who shows up for you, how and where. You'd be amazed. So take your time. Take your time. All right. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for tuning in, allowing me to be honest about my mess and still live my dream. Yeah, both are possible. Yes. Oh, you thought you had to have it all together in order to say who? No. No, honey, I'm a mess. A mess. You can still be a mess while pursuing your best. Oh, put that on t-shirt. Oh, you can. I'm making it a t-shirt, and it was said tonight on SugarPearl Studio Kitchen Live at 7 Eastern. You can still be a mess while pursuing your best. I like that. I'm a size medium. Go on, send it to me. I'll rock it. All right. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going for real now because I'm gonna eat some more of this soup. And then let me take that off right now because I don't want that broccoli to cook. And I want to have some nice cream for my pictures later on, maybe tomorrow. All right. Make this soup. Broccoli, cheddar, the grown-up way, with a little bit of, look at that pool, with a little bit of cheddar, Kobe Jack, and some sherry in there. Mm. Those onions and garlic, nice and soft, but they just give you a dash more complexity, you know? Just nice to have it in there. All right, get your body healthy, ready for what's coming at it. I need for you to be fit to fight, boo. Know that I love you, and I hope you love me back. Bye. Bye.